against assault, abuses on individuals. Sickle Cell Orphanage and Underprivileged Home Agolo seeks collaboration with ABS to promote activities. Nigeria to join second phase of guided trade initiative. Road mishap claims 13 lives in Peru. Before the news in details, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo valleys. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. Now, landlady identified as Amaka Okonkwo has allegedly poured hot water mixed with pepper on a tenant over rent increment. The incident happened at Enugu in Njikoka local government area. Chidimma Ikanyongu has details of that report.
According to the victim, Umar Bon William from Akwa Ibom State, who is currently receiving treatment at Zion Hospital, Northia, her landlady Amaka asked her to vacate the house over her inability to pay the new rent increment, noting that her rent expired last month. She explained that she demanded for some time to enable her to get a new place, but unfortunately while she was washing her clothes last Thursday, she said the landlady poured her hot water mixed with pepper from behind. Although the alleged culprit, Amaka Okonkwo, has been arrested and currently at the Nimo police station, sources said she is still boasting of walking scot-free from the police net. Reacting to the news, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ifyo Binabo, who rushed to the hospital where the victim is recuperating, thanked Enugu women for their timely intervention. The Commissioner, who spoke through her aide, registered her displeasure over the incident and promised to get justice for the victim. She warned that Anambra State government will not take it lightly with anyone found culpable of assault of any kind, and advised the public to always report crimes and misdemeanors at the appropriate channels for quick intervention. The President General of Women Wing of the Community, Lady Chebuna Nwosu, thanked the state government for responding to their call and stated that the community is not in support of the dastardly act noted on the tenant from Akwa Ibom State. The husband of the suspect, Mr. Ebere Okonkwo, who was also seen at the hospital, upon interrogation denied any involvement in his wife's action, stating that although he was at home at the time of the incident, he was not aware of the wife's wicked intentions towards their tenant.
Because mother battle with the truth
The group also visited Nimo Police Division, where the divisional police officer assured of transferring the case to the State Criminal Investigative Department for investigation, assuring of maintaining peace and order in the community. From Nimo, Chidimma Ikanyongu reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State House of Assembly Committee on Public Account has charged all ministries, departments and agencies appearing before them for the verification and review of the 2022 audited account of Anambra State to come with all the documents requested from them. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwuemeka Modelim reports that the chairman of the committee, Honorable Noble Igwe, made the call after verification of the audited account of the Ministry of Lands by the Committee of the State House of Assembly Complex, OCA. The committee did some verification on certain issues that were raised in the audited account of the ministry for the year 2022, while the Commissioner for Lands, Professor Ofonze Amuchazi, clarified the issues. The committee also verified the audited account of the Ministry of Environment for the year under review and observed that there is transparency and accountability in the ministry. It also commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo, who they said had done well in ensuring a healthy environment for Anambra State. In a vote of thanks, the Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odimegu, commended the committee for being alive to their oversight responsibility, adding that the exercise will promote transparency, accountability, and probity in governance. Sickle Cell Orphanage and Underprivileged Home, Agolo, Anocha local government area has extended hand of collaboration to Anambra Broadcasting Service. The director of the home, Mrs. Aisha Madago, who made the gesture when she paid a courtesy visit to the managing director of the ABS, Chido Obidiego, said this would, among other things, help in creating awareness on their home and activities. Blessing Dennis has details.
Visit was aimed at fostering understanding and generating increased coverage of sickle cell-related issues, as well as shedding light on the challenges faced by individuals and families affected by the condition. Mrs. Madago emphasized on the importance of increasing genotype education as a sure way to increase public awareness about sickle cell disease, especially in rural areas who have minimal access to right information, adding that their desire is to see the society free from the pains caused by sickle cell anemia. She listed potential initiatives, partnerships, and campaigns that could be launched to provide accurate information and support to those living with the condition and to ensure that genotype compatibility for couples is strictly adhered to without any room for compromise. She explained that her home is saddled with providing the utmost care for vulnerable sickle cell children who are either orphaned, deprived, or underprivileged. She stated that the home is the first community home in Nigeria exclusively for persons living with sickle cell disease. Mrs. Madago commended ABS for her willingness to collaborate and amplify the voices of those impacted by the disease, and extolled the Anambra State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, for his prompt response to health services to the children.
Without this genotype screening first, we'll get it all wrong in the schools, because our children go to cohabit as power couples in a higher institution.
The director also lauded the wife of Anambra State Governor, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, for her strong advocacy for healthy lifestyle through her Healthy Living with Nonye Soludo initiative, which she said will help to reduce the level of ignorance people have about health issues. Responding, Sachido expressed commitment to using the platform of ABS to disseminate information that will empower and educate the public about sickle cell disease.
Provide avenue where you come and talk exhaustively about sickle cell disease. We do that both on radio and on TV and all our social media platforms.
In Oka, Blessing Dennis, ABS News.
More facts are emerging in the case between State Commissioner of Police and Chief Chijioke Oka and Olufemi Salako at the Chief Magistrate Court sitting at Nobi, Idemele South Council area. The court was presided over by Chief Magistrate Ken Nwoye. Paul Ezoke is on hand with the details.
Still testifying during cross-examination by counsel to the fourth defendant, Barrister Charity Ndite, the second prosecution witness, Ms. Victoria Mbashu, told the court that she did not conspire with the second defendant, Olufemi Salako. to run away from Nodi after selling the property to the complainant. Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwena has no intention of relocating from her home to any other place in spite of pressure from the second defendant. Ms. Mbashu equally told the court that she did not conspire with the second defendant to defraud the complainant, has never been involved in shady or fraudulent land dealings, insisting that she handed unnecessary documents and rent receipts of the property to Mr. Ezekwena before traveling out of the town. She said she was not aware that the four defendants obtained consent of members of her kindred before commencing building of structure in her compound, nor was she aware that the four defendants gave 10 million naira to her aunt and her son before he knocked down the obu in the compound and started building. Ms. Mbashu also said she was equally not aware that her aunt and her son signed a document with the four defendants for the compound. The case was later adjourned to Friday, September 15 for continuation of hearing. From Nodi in the Demil South Council area, Paul Edoke, ABS News.
The founder of Marcel Ofomata Foundation has promised that there is no going back in reaching out to the people of his community and beyond as he organized medical outreach for them. He emphasized this during the 14th edition of the medical outreach with people from Isuofia, Nanka and Ibuku community benefiting. Our correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwude has more details.
The medical outreach, which holds annually and sometimes twice a year, has become what indigents of Isuofia and environs look forward to for their attendant medical needs, as many were already at the venue as early as 6 a.m. The founder of the foundation and chief executive officer, Amecon Global Company, Chief Ofomata, in his remark, noted that healthcare, according to United Nations Charter, is a right the people should enjoy, but most times it's not accessible and also expensive for the people, a reason the foundation exists to bridge the gap. Chief Ofomata further noted that though surgical operations wasn't included in this year's outreach, it will come up early next year.
Our call to duty is not human, it's not something we do because it's something we think is divine. We felt in that medical care is everybody's right. You know, if you check the United Nations Charter, it talks about medical. It's one of the things that everybody should entitled to. We're entitled to free medical care.
The medical director of the foundation, Dr. Afonsus Ekanem, explained that this year's outreach was done in a day in 3 different locations with increased professional medical personnel to take care of dynamic health challenges apart from the regular medical services they get.
Every year and every edition we keep improving. So this particular year had not been different. We have improved on it. We have added some more and extra things, investigations that we have done. Like investigations this year we are doing ranging from malaria, typhoid, blood sugar check, urinalysis, hepatitis B, C, pregnancy test, and a whole lot, even H. pylori test.
Dr. Ifeanyi Azike, a community stakeholder of Ibuku, thanked Chief Ofomata and team for remaining steadfast in their endeavors, which the people are humbly happy for, and prayed for God's blessings on him. Some of the beneficiaries who spoke to the ABS, including Mr. Samuel Okoye from Nanka and Mrs. Mary Okeke, expressed happiness for the gesture as they have enjoyed free health checks and drugs at no cost, appreciating the foundation for reaching out.
Because also to put no even hidden. Anele my anya, anele mobara, anele BP, anele me. So I'm happy.
Mr. Ofomata later called on the traditional ruler of Nanka, Igwe Godwin Ezilo, and that of Ibuku, Igwe Alex Azike, who visited him while at the venue of the medical outreach in Ibuku. From Isuofia, Agwata Council area, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
Weighing on from State Stories, the Executive Secretary, National Working Committee, African Continental Free Trade Area, Nigeria, Dr. Segun Awolowo, has expressed the readiness of the country to join the second phase of the Guided Trade Initiative. Dr. Awolowo, who disclosed this during a meeting with a delegation from African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat, noted that Nigeria's commitment to African Continental Free Trade Area is very crucial in boosting the nation's economic growth, adding that the alliance will make Nigeria's economic goals and objectives broader. The African Continental Free Trade Area is a solution-oriented approach that aims to facilitate trade between interested state parties by connecting businesses and products for export and import. The traditional ruler of Omo community in Ayamelum local government area of Anambra State, Igwe Chris Chidome, has lent his voice to the call for sustained efforts to move Nigeria from consumption to production economy. Speaking at his 2023 Iwaji festival held at his palace, the monarch urged government at all levels to encourage productivity in order to have surplus for export, thereby helping to attract foreign exchange that will enable Nigerian economy rebound. Joseph Ebocha has details of that report.
Stating that the current economic hardship in the country is because Nigeria relies much on importation, Igwe Chidome encouraged Nigerians not to succumb to the present hardship and urged people to go back to farming in order to produce what to eat and sell.
I am appealing to government to encourage productivity. The current economic situation in the country can be annexed to prosperity. If we encourage productivity to the extent of having a surplus that we can export, it will definitely enhance the hard currency that is pulling our country down.
Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Sonto Udeze, said the state legislature will continue to make legislations to help alleviate sufferings of the masses.
My wish for him that he will reign and reign. We, the legislature, actually doing a lot to actually have some resolutions about the executive decision.
Leader of Omo Supreme Elders Council and retired Chief Judge of Anambra State, Justice Paul Obidigwe, said Igwe Chidome has popularized the Iwaji festival, a culture he said is as old as the community, while an indigenous priest and vicar of St. Teresa's Parish, Agolo, Reverend Father Jude Nebife, said the celebration, rooted in the scripture, represents celebration of success of Ndi Omo in all life endeavors.
Annually, within the month, our people call Iwaji or Ajib. In the olden days, when most citizens were farmers, when it is time we have a village in the summer whose responsibility it is to keep the calendar. They say the seasons when we go to farm, when we go to harvest, and they will go in every market, 4 market days. They will gather at a table and then decide when next to meet. They will decide when to ask the women to stop eating other things other than yam. Now, it is that village that will tell the community that it is time for Iwaji or Iwaji.
Chairman of Anambra State Council of Traditional Rulers and Obi of Onitsha, Igwe Nnemeka Ashebe, the traditional ruler of Umuawolo in Oka South local government area, Igwe Joel Egwuonwu, their Iftedunu, Dunukofia local government area counterpart, Igwe Emeko Iluono, were among traditional rulers that joined Ndi Omo in celebrating the festival. From Omo in Ayamelum local government area, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
On the foreign scene, at least 13 people died and another 5 were seriously injured when a bus traveling through Peru's mountainous and plunged off the road, authorities said. The crash occurred in the morning after the bus, which was carrying around 50 people, departed from the Andean town of Vilcashuhumana en route to capital Lima, near the town of Hunacaveleca in the southeast. The vehicle overturned and fell 200 meters. The injured were transferred to a hospital in the city of Pisco. Accidents frequently occur along Peruvian highways due to speeding, poor road conditions, lack of signage, and poor enforcement of traffic rules. The World Health Organization estimated 4,414 road fatalities in Peru in 2019, or 13.6 per 100,000 inhabitants. On sports news, Sean O'Malley stunned Aljamain Sterling with a second-round stoppage to claim the bantamweight title at UFC 292 in Boston, Massachusetts. The 28-year-old O'Malley landed a perfect counter right hand, dropping fellow American Sterling before ending the contest with punches on the ground, according to report. The victory has completed an impressive ascension for O'Malley, who has become one of the UFC's most marketable stars. But Sterling, 34, who was making the fourth defense of his title, had argued pre-fight O'Malley did not deserve the opportunity and he had been fast-tracked into the bout because of his popularity. And on that sports news, we conclude, but just remember you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Oka, on Twitter at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again. Anambra State government has warned against assault abuses on individuals. Sickle Cell Orphanage and Underprivileged Home Agolo is seeking collaboration with ABS to promote activities. Nigeria is to join second phase of guided trade initiative. And road mishap has claimed 13 lives in Peru. The special message once again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news. We thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonya Mokoye. Good morning and have a great day.